What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing the film The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. A lot of you are probably too young to remember the TV show The Fall Guy from the 80s. I remember it. I remember liking it. It was about a stunt man, and they would just, he would just find himself doing different jobs each episode while doing some real stunt work. We were like, but also we need you to do this over here. And so it was like, it lasted for about maybe 4 seasons, I think, 4 or 5 seasons back in the 80s. So I feel like it wasn't like a TV show that was a massive hit to where it's like, yo, man, I would love to see a TV show based. It's not like Dallas or anything like that, but it had this little niche. But I feel like today's audience is not like, yo, The Fall Guy. So I feel like a lot of people are just viewing this movie as just like something new based on a TV show that they never saw. So I feel like there's not a big demand for it, but it looked fun. It looks interesting. Essentially, Ryan Gosling plays a stunt man him and Emily Blunt, they had a relationship going. He ends up getting injured on a film that they were working on, and he hurts his back. So he's down for the count for like several months. And then within that several months, he kind of withdraws from everybody, and then he just he just loses himself. So he starts working as a valet driver at a Mexican restaurant. And so he cuts everybody off, including Emily Blunt. So the producer that used to work with him was like, yo, come on back, man. We need you back. Your girl is directing her own big budget movie, and she wants you back in the mix. So he's like, oh, she want me back in the mix? And so now he agrees to work on that film. But there's a problem, and this is the real reason why he was brought in, that the actor that he's a stunt double for is missing. And so they're like, yo, we need you to find him and keep this under wraps so we don't lose the film. So if you could just find him. And so basically he's getting into these little adventures trying to, find out what happened to the main A-list actor that's gone rogue. And so he's just trying to piece all that together, while also still trying to rekindle the magic and the love of Emily Blunt. And so that's essentially what this movie's about. It's directed by David Leitch, who did Bullet Train. So you can expect colorful, wild action sequences in this. Like, I've noticed how very vibrant this movie was visually. And Ryan Gosling is a good time, man. I can't stress that enough, man. I like him as an actor. He can do comedy, he can do action comedy, he can do serious. He's just a jack of all trades. And that Disney training really paid off. That Mickey Mouse Club really paid off. If you look at Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, they was all in that little same crew. And not that, Britney and Christina do movies like that, like Justin and Ryan does. But, they're multi-talented. Like, they can sing and act, you know what I mean? And so, especially Justin and Ryan. And so it's just like, man, this guy is likable. And I like the chemistry him and Emily Blunt had. And so it was just like, I actually cared about their relationship. And it was fun, man. It was funny. It was light. The action was good. But it's a movie about, essentially what this movie is, it's a love letter to the stunt people. You know what I mean? And so it's a love letter to that vast community of the people that we overlook. We know when we watch these movies with these big stars and they doing these wild fight sequences and choreography, we like, man, it was crazy. We know, we have an idea that there's a stunt person there, but we never think about it beyond that. We just like, man, that was crazy. Unless you Tom Cruise or Jackie Chan, where they be doing their own stunts, notoriously. But like, this movie is a true love letter to them. So it's like, yo, we gonna highlight the stunt people, what they do, what they go through. And even at the end of the film, you should stick around because they just show you a montage of the stunts throughout the film. And so it's a movie about movies, essentially, with the love story tacked on. So usually movies like that don't really do that well at the box office because it's like, yeah, we love movies, but we don't really be caring about the movie making of the movies themselves. But when we watch it, it's like, oh, this was good. But it's not like you don't have that feeling of like, I gotta go see a movie about movies being made. And so I feel like even though this movie opened with like 27 million, that's kind of lower on the expectations of it. The critics liked it and the audiences like it too. It's a good time, man. Like, the characters are likable. It's got some good performances in there. The ensemble is good. Winston Duke is in this. He's great. And it was a good time, man. Like, I enjoyed the movie. It was very entertaining. I wasn't bored at all. So that's all you need when you go see a movie, man. You just want to be entertained, man. You want to see some cool stunts. You want to laugh. You want to get invested in the characters. And that's what this movie provided. But forget all that. You want to know the smooth jazz review of The Fall Guy. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving The Fall Guy, I'm gonna give it 4 saxophones out of 5. It just delivered what it set out to do. It was funny, it was entertaining, it was romantic, and the stunts were cool. I got what I paid for, and the popcorn was good. The popcorn was good. So now when you watch these movies, man, you be like, yo, man, stunts. Really take in the stunt work, man. They be tearing themselves loose. I was watching Kill Bill Volume 2 again recently, and that fight in the trailer was brutal. And I started thinking about the stunt work, and I was just like, man, one of the stunt women broke their back. And I was just like, man, it's time for them to get the love. If only they could act. That way they can do their own stunts and be the main characters. You get the double whammy. That's why the Jackie Chan movies are so good, because we know it's really him. And Tom Cruise is the American Jackie Chan. Think about that, man. And he be running. When you do your own stunts, you gotta run. That's the thing, man. I can't really run. My knees is gluten free. But anyway, all right, peeps, that's my review of The Fall Guy. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Also, do you remember the TV show? Are you old enough to really remember the TV show? And also, when you watch the movie, would you go back and watch it on streaming platforms? I might pull up on a couple episodes, get in my 80s fix with the 80s cameos in the shows. I might do just that, man. Do you agree with me about Ryan Gosling's versatility as an actor, man? He could do the light, he could do the dark. It's a good time, man. It looked like he be having fun making movies, man. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.